Guys, doing Rocket by far going to be one of the most exciting news we've seen anywhere in the world because it has two heavyweights on the news and they have been factored for similar crimes and they've been called out indifferently. Davido and Burna Boy has been called out. For Burna Boy, he has been crowned the king of making two girls fight over a man. And for Davido, apparently it has been confirmed. Tiwa Savage has come out with a big claim to prove that yes, she and Davido are going through a back and forth. My name is Daki. You can spell it as Darkie, and trust me, I'm starting to your faces again. I want to say big thanks to our fans out there for doing what you do. We love you guys so much. Last year was fun and amazing with you guys. This year, let's do it again bigger and better. Please tell your friend, tell another friend to tell a friend that we are doing something amazing at Gossip TV Africa. The news is buzzing. Before the news, I'd like to say this. Please, if you've not done that before, pick up your phone and turn on the notification button so you'll be the first person to know whenever we make a video or a content just for you. Like I said, the news is buzzing, but then let's go through this entertaining news together. We begin with Davido. Tiblis and Davido part 2 continuation begins, and then we saw Tiblis coming out to say a father who abandons his family is like a coward who abandons his post in battle. And then he went on to say, what would you do if someone threatening to send boys to the mother of your son, and this is the third time he's bullied her? You tried respectfully to reach out, and the response is arrogance and nonchalant. Please, what would you do? Coming from Tiblis. And out of all of this, we've seen fans come out to take sides. People are taking Davido's side for some persons. They are taking Tiblis' side on this one. But then, renowned and famous presenter known as Dotsu came out to take side with Davido. Maybe not just take side with Davido, but then just spelling out the truth because he has been in this situation before. In Dotsu's words, he came out to say, when you bait a man or woman with children, you will get the worst reaction out of it. Tiblis, I might agree with everything else you said, but saying someone should be ashamed of himself cause he hasn't seen his child for 2 Christmas means what? I am challenging that part. Why paint a father who wants to be in a child life a deadbeat dad? I, as an example, do you know what I have been through dealing with the level of garbage and using the F word perpetuated by a bunch of dirty people who feel the only way to get to me is using my kids? Listen, it's okay to fight or not fight at all. It will take your life. At the time he said, or it take away your peace. Fight or choose yourself. Don't be mad at someone for walking away or choosing to fight differently. Be mad on how someone chooses to fight you, but never test him out with his kids. You are yet defending your own cause, that's your blood. What do you think you would do if you're in his shoes? In the real sense, why is it okay to bait with a child? You might have different arrangements with your partner, but that cause she's a good woman. Hence, you were given unfettered access against all odds. Not because you did something special than anyone. I did everything right, but what was the result? Stop. He came out to say he did everything right, and what was the result? And then he said he should stop. And then he went on to say, stop enabling using kid as a tool to fight. Why can't it be the dad giving conditions on the child? This is Dotso's, and I think it kind of makes sense. Why must it always be the lady giving conditions to see your own child at the time? And then he went on to say, a child is for two people, not one. Why must it be okay for that the mother is the only person that have a right to a child? For example, you think I don't want to see my kids or share my time with them, but why is it okay for someone to use a child as a weapon? It's cause of narrative like this that enables such cruelty. Why do you need to beg someone for a father to have access to his child? Defend whoever, but stop enabling a pure act of evil perpetuated by many these days. Leave the children out. Children have right too, coming from Dotun. For fact, I kind of feel like he actually made sense on this one. But we all wish it ended here, but then it continued again. We saw Cubana Chief Priest coming out with a very, very funny caption where he said, he posted a video of him and Davido, and then he said, my in-law, I'm so happy and unavailable. 2024 winners, talk to winners only, no distraction, eyes on the Grammy. And then Davido responded saying, twe. And that is now for Davido lately. He has had just one approach to allegations and bad comments. He has had just one approach, silence. Davido has refused to make a single comment on any allegation, talk, or whatnot. He has just been silent. And worst case scenario, he calls the police and pick the person up if the case needs. And then we saw Tiwa Savage coming out to make a big claim after she petitioned Davido to court, saying if anything happens to her, they should hold Davido responsible. At this point, the whole Nigerian were thrown in disarray. Is there a problem between Tiwa Savage and Davido? We saw the petition ghosters. Dear sir, urgent intervention required threat of assault and grievous bodily harm by Mr. David Adeleke. I am writing to bring to your attention a distressing situation involving myself, Tiwa Tope Omolara Savage, popularly known as Tiwa Savage, and Mr. David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido. On the 23rd of December, I made a post which included myself and Sophia Mohamodu on my Instagram story, a feature on Instagram which allows you to put up a post for 24 hours. And Mr. David sent messages to my manager, who is also part of his management team, that I shouldn't worry and should never say a word to him, and that I was taunting him, uttering very disrespectful and malicious and derogatory words to my person. I responded to Mr. David Adeleke's message and told him not to reach out to me, especially as I feel I have been there for him and his daughter Imade, and more importantly, when he lost his son. The event of that day have also led to barrage of calls and messages from mutual connections asking me what I did to Mr. David Adeleke that is upset that I choose to maintain a relationship with Imade's mom, Sophia Mohamodu, who is also having issues with Davido at the time. And then she came out to say Sophie Mohamodu is okay with having issues with and also painting the exchange to look like I was the aggressor. He also told our mutual connections to warn me to be careful in Lagos because he was going to F her up. This is beginning to feel like some form of online and offline harassment, not just to me, but also members of my team. The actions of Mr. David Adeleke are unethical and can be viewed as direct threats to my right to life, privacy, and dignity of my person, as guaranteed in Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended 1999. And are also in contravention of Section 24, subsection 2 of the Cybercrime Prohibition Prevention etc. Act of 2015. At this point, it's safe to say Tiwa Savage really is going the legal route. And then quoting constitution is just a different level to this thing. To think about, at the point, we all know that this guy is very, very close. How they maintained a very good relationship at the time, but then all of these have gone sour just because of somebody in the middle known as Sophie Mohamodu. Then she went on to say, I therefore would like to maintain this complaint and state that in the event that anything untoward or harmful were to happen to me or member of my family, I would like the members of the Nigerian Police Force to hold Mr. David Adeleke responsible. I am available to answer any question or provide any additional information regarding this matter. Please find attached screenshot images of the exchange between myself and Mr. David for your perusal. Thank you in anticipation of your prompt response and attention to this matter. Yours sincerely, Tiwa Savage. At this point, you all can now see that there is fire on the mountain between Team Davido and Team Tiwa Savage. All of that are going in passing, and Davido response came out to say, I just recorded the hardest verse ever. Davido seems so unconcerned and unbothered over all of what is happening lately. And then we saw, amidst all of that, Davido is still having massive numbers on different charts and all of that. You know, it's why? Because you're having a problem back home in the country with a one upon a time friend, but then at the same time overseas you're still doing good numbers. But like I said, Davido approach to all of these has been silent. Davido and Lojay are set to join the shortlist of Nigerian artists to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 as sensational locks at number 2 on the Billboard bubbling on the Hot 100. Moving on, we have Rema as the next guy on the news. Before Rema, we hope that in coming days, Davido and Tiwa Savage can have a sit down to have a conversation over all of these. Afrobeat space need two of them talking back again. Talking about the Billboard Pop Play, we saw Rema come down, and the one with Gomez has spent about 63 weeks on the chart, currently sitting at number 8. Now, for Rema song Calm Down, it's looking like they are pumping a lot into the song because it's already coming back into the Billboard conversation. We saw Calm Down made a re-entrance on the World Singles Chart this week at number 22. It has now appeared on the chart in 3 different calendar years, becoming the first African song to record this: 2022, 2023, and 2024. Moving on, we saw Rema and Gomez Calm Down rises 53 spots up to chart at number 16 on this week Billboard Global 200. Also, it also rose 41 spots up to chart at number 20 on this week Billboard Global, excluding the US. Calm Down has now appeared on both charts in 3 different calendar years, spanning from 2022, 2023, and 2024. Rema Rave and Roses made a re-entrance on the Snap album chart this week at number 110. At the same time, it also has appeared in 3 different calendar years, spanning from 2022 to 2024. Still on Rema, we saw Rema rises 72 spots upward to chart at 27 on this week's Snap singles chart in France, having spent 92 weeks on this chart. Now, this is what I mean when I said this song is gradually coming back to the conversation. A lot of persons would have believed that the song was going on a decline, but as at today's date, we all can see that this song is rapidly coming back to the spot it deserves. Rema and Gomez Calm Down made a re-entrance on the Snap album chart this week at number 110. The album has now appeared in charts in 3 different calendar years, spanning from 2022 to 2024. Moving on to Odogo looking like $1 billion, talking about Burna Boy. He also is heavily criticized on this news. We saw where somewhere in Ghana, Burna Boy was crowned the king, given a crown and a royal chair to sit down. Some persons asking questions, why are you crowning Burna Boy at this point? No new song, no new certifications, maybe the one he had in France, but this goes beyond that. Could it be because of the fact that he had 2 ladies fighting for him at the time? And as a matter of fact, 2 classy ladies fighting for just 1 man at the point. Yesterday we spoke about how Steph London and Jada Kingdom had the back and forth. Obviously, it continued again today. We saw Steph London making a post, and then after she made a story on Instagram, we saw where Jada Kingdom went there and obviously reacted to her post. And then she came out to say, "Come, like she got lost. Somebody point this girl to the studio and out of my inbox, please." Coming from Steph London. And after she made that, she went mute. We had Jada Kingdom coming through with a whole back and forth. Jada dropped a verse today, and then on a verse, she came out. She had the line on the verse where she said she could send boys. Basically, she had boys, and then she could just send boys to blow up Steph London Polinican car at the time. The one Burna Boy got for her worth over 500 million naira. She said she had the ability to just make boys shoot up the car and blow it up. Now, the big question is this: were you jealous at the point that Burna Boy got Steph London the vehicle? Because obviously, all of this back and forth is just centered around the vehicle at the time. Anyways, that could just be the case or whatnot. And then we saw where she came out on the verse, the same verse where she said Burna Boy is a waste boy. At the point yesterday, she came out to say Burna Boy is public, called his private part, all of that, saying Burna Boy is public. Everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry has had a thing or two to do with Burna Boy, and she's not surprised that Steph London is making a big deal out of all of this. And then we saw where she came out with some Jamaican words to make a claim where she said she does not want Burna Boy. As simple as that. As simple as that can be. I don't want Burna Boy. She made all of this in a post where you need to be Jamaican to be able to read what she wrote. Moving on from Burna Boy and DAVIDO, Palava, and shenanigans, we have Spyro, the Jesus boy, who obviously is the last guy on the list. We saw Spyro coming through with a new song and previewing that one in his car, and obviously using the catchy phrase in the country, "no green for anyone." And then that one was the catchy part of the song. We all can't wait to see what that one looked like. Spyro was actually one of the best artists for last year. He had a very, very good year. As a matter of fact, Spyro closed the year with the most streamed video on YouTube in Africa at the time. Will he continue the same run this year? Let's wait and see. But then We all can't wait to see what he has done on this song. My name is Daki. We'll catch you guys in the very next one. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.